right, so I do have the washi tape on to protect the image a little bit, and I am going to go ahead and start with the fur. And I do my fur just a little bit different than the typical, our typical shading and all. So I'm going to pull out my markers. I have them right here by me. I am truly prepared. I want to apologize in advance. I have a head cold, and it's making me sound really off tonight. So I have R00, R01, and R11. And these are the three colors that oops, that's not exactly correct. Oh, I don't know, I heard a funny noise. I don't know what that was. If my sound goes off, you let me know, because it went off before during my live, but I really think it's because I hit a button. I'm actually going to be using, I'm sorry, E41, R01, and R00. These are the three that I use on my fur. Okay, and I don't do it nice and neat like other people, because I think that fur should be a little bit like, oh, you know, textured. So I'm going to get started with her fur around her hat, and I just want it to have a touch of pink. And so it's just going to go in like this, and this is actually kind of a quick wash, and this is pearl white, E41 pearl white. You know, everybody knows that I thought this was a bathtub. So the first time, and it's not, it's a sack. First time I colored it, I used this because I thought it was a bathtub, and I always use this color marker when I do a bathtub. So now I know it's a sack, Santa's sack. And I'll tell you, I had colored this image a couple of times, and I was doing the sack in a pink, and I thought, you know, really, that's kind of silly because it's Santa's sack. See? So I had done it in a pink. I didn't really like the red color. I'd done it in the pink, which I liked the pink, but I thought, well, it's Santa's sack. It's not her sack. So I've done it a couple of different times. See, I did it also in a very shocking pink too, and I didn't like the green. So I've done it a couple of times trying to find really what combination that I liked. So I'm trying to see if I can catch up on your messages. And I know I just sound terrible. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Linda. Let's see. Oh, hi, Sherry. How are you tonight? So I just do like a swipe of the pink. And this is my R01, pinkish vanilla. And I just like to do a little swipe, not too much. If I do wings on a fairy or an angel, I do the same thing. I just do just a little swipe. I don't want to do too much because I don't want to lay down too much color. I just want a hint. And so now I'm using my R11, which is pale cherry pink. And these are the colors. I love using these colors when I do wings, and I love doing it when I do the fur. So here we go. And again, I apologize for my voice. I sound pretty nasally because I have a head cold. Of course, you know, everybody in my family right now has a head cold. The population of students I work with are often ill, and I catch it. So I do apologize. So I'm just going in just a little bit. I'm really not heavy-handed with the fur. Okay, and then I just kind of dot, 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 dot. See, just kind of dot, 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 dot. And I just do it to add just a little bit of texture. That's all I want. I don't want it to be, try to stay in frame, sorry. I don't want it to be laid on too thick. Now, if you want me to move the camera in or anything, just let me know. I'm just trying to catch up on the messages. Oh, you got one too, Gal? You got a cold too? Hi, Jennifer. I Haven't seen you online for a while. I hope you've been okay. So she has fur right here. Oh, I think I can take this off now. She has fur around her bodice and also, uh-oh. See, I was not careful enough and it came off her feet. But no worries. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to panic. It will be fine. This is her bow and her little foot. So I am not going to panic one little bit. Not one little bit. I was looking to see if I had an extra image printed out, and I don't think I do. But I'm still not going to panic because I have my magic right here. I have my 2 little magic things when something happens. So we're not going to worry about it. So I'm going to go in here. You know, don't panic when things happen. It's just paper. That's what Dawn says. It's just paper. And you know what? We can kind of draw that back in. So no problems. So I put a light coat down on the E41, and I'm going to go back, and I'm using my R01 and my R11. And this is my go-to colors when I want it to be like feminine, look feminine with the fur or the angel wings. And see, I'm not doing it real heavy, and I am just going in. And I'm kind of doing this at the same time because they're close together. So I'm just going in. See, there's already places where it's texturized. Note to self, be much more gentle when you pull off the washi tape. Okay, so let's do our shading on the bag. And then we'll fix the feet up. It's okay. I'm not worried about it. So I am using my warm grays for the bag. So I'm using W4, right here, W4. And I'm going to use W2, which I always laugh because isn't that like a spray thing? And W0. And that's for our bag. And so her little foot, see, I did mess up and the paper did tear. So we're just going to, there's a hint of her foot. So it's okay. I'm just kind of tracing where her foot was at. It's not going to be as pretty as what Sherri Baldy does. Oh, is somebody... I hear like a ringing. I hope that my sound is still working and nobody's trying to call me. So I'm just kind of going in here where the ribbon was at. And then we'll do the shading. I just want to try to fix it before we do the shading. Okay. I'm sorry if you hear the baby. She's a little unhappy because she also has a head cold. So I do apologize. Okay. So this is where the foot was at. And I'm just going to kind of go in here. It may not look as perfect, but we're not going to panic. Okay. I'm just kind of doing a hint where it was at. I'm just tracing. I can kind of see the lines. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just tracing where there was already the lines. I can still see it. Okay, so now we'll continue. See? No worries. Okay, W4. You know I teach school, teach college. You cannot get panicked when things happen because they happen all the time. Just gotta remain calm. And so a little bit over here. And I'm not going to do very much with the dark. Just a little bit. Just where I think it would be a little bit darker. I hope it's still in frame. A little bit darker. And we're going to blend this out. So I'm going to go in. And I'm actually going to go ahead and go in with my W0 and pull it out. And then I'm going to go back in with my medium tone. So I'm just pulling it out. I swear I keep hearing a ringing. I don't know what it is. But my son is down here playing a game, so maybe it's his game. I don't know. I'm just going to go in here. And I know her foot is a little bit messed up, but it's okay. Maybe the sentiment will hide it a little bit. So I'm just going to pull this out. It's the lights. I have a lot of lights, and it makes the tape melt. So I do apologize. And if you have any questions, you know, Dawn had a good idea about writing them in bold. So if you have, I've got one, oh, you're talking about the code. If anybody, hi Maria, how are you? Wink, wink, Maria. W2 is what you get at the end. Oh, yeah, that's right. W2 is what you get at the end of the year. It's W40, isn't it, that you spray? Oh, you're so smart, Maria. You're so smart. So glad you could join us. Oh, my goodness. Maria is one of my oldest friends. So I'm so surprised. She is a marvelous crafter. So I'm like totally honored that she is here with us. Isn't that wonderful? See? The internet just brings us all so much closer together. I just love it. It's just wonderful. So I'm using W2, which is what you get at the end of the year with your taxes, apparently. And I'm just kind of pulling this out just a little bit. And I do apologize about her foot, but we're not going to worry about it. We're going to be okay. And I'm going to go around here, like so. And a little bit over here. And I'm just trying to do it lightly because I do have a little bit of a heavy hand. So I don't want that down here where her leg is. And a little bit more up here. And I do go over my images a couple of times, so you know, I think it looks more polished. I say that every time we have a live. I think it looks a little more polished. I feel like I'm going to have to get this marker refilled soon. So today is Tuesday, not Wednesday. So my week's a little bit longer. I thought, oh, I'm so glad it's Wednesday. But then I realized I was doing this a day early. But that's okay. My students are working on making films for the class. They're filming, and they're broken up into different groups. So it's been really kind of fun. Okay, so see, I have my shading along the bottom and the top. And again, I do apologize because I know I sound very nasally with my cold. And I don't mean to be like snorting and making lots of noises. I'm so sorry. All right. So I did the shading around the bottom, and I am sorry about her foot. I'm not as good an artist as Sherri. We're going to do her hat and her little bodice in the same color. And let me pull out those markers. So I'm going to use R14. So I'm using R14, R22, and then R11, which is actually one of the colors that I have used a little bit of previously. So this is the light rouge, light prawn, and pink, pale cherry pink. And actually the R14 is actually a little bit darker than the R22. So I will be using it first. So I'm just going to gently go around, and I'm not going to put a lot of this on. Normally I actually go with my lighter color first, and tonight here I am doing it in my darker color. So I don't know why I switched off. And I know I'm not keeping up with my comments. I do apologize. I will try to catch up with that. I usually have this little phone here so that I can see. And so I'll just take a moment and get in so I can see in case anybody's got any questions. And like I said, if you do, you know, just go ahead and ask away. I'm not an expert, but I will be happy to try. Now I'm going to go in with my lighter color, my R11, and then I'll go back in with my medium. And I'm just going to pull this out. And it looks a little harsh when you first start working with it. But after you get a couple of layers on, it all blends together really nicely. You're really just laying color on top of color. So I'm just trying to flick it out and be careful around my poinsettia. And around here. Anyway, my kids, they're not kids, they're college students. They are, I guess they're kids, but they're young adults. They're making films, and one group is they have a fairy and a devil, and the girl is trying to find her perfect boyfriend. I don't know. So far, it's been really hilarious watching them put these movies together. Hi, Heidi. How are you? Haven't seen you online for a while either. I mean, I've been on lives that you've been watching, but I haven't seen you for a while either. So it's really nice to have you join us tonight. And this is a Sherri Baldy image, and it's from MyBesties shop. So I'm just trying to leave it there. Whew, got a ladybug. I don't know if that means it's good luck or not good luck. Oh my goodness. Let me move it. Whew. Better than having a spider. I'm going around the edge. Yeah, we have got so many ladybugs because we had a cold snap. And so they've come inside our house. And little stink bugs, which are not very pleasant. All right, so I'm going to go back in again with my R11 and just pull this out. Pull it out. A little bit more. And a little more. We actually have had a really cold and rainy day today. Last time I did my live, kind of a sad event happened in our little town, which was kind of heartbreaking to think here I am on a live having so much fun, and just around the corner something sad happened. Just never know. Okay, so now I finally can see your comments. So if you, oh, Maria thinks I'm funny. I am funny. My students think I'm funny. I'm a little chubby. I am a fluffy girl. And yesterday I was talking, and one of my students was standing beside me, and they pinched my double chin. And I was talking to like a fellow teacher. It was so embarrassing. I was like, oh my gosh. And so today I told him what he did was really hurtful and embarrassing, and he got upset with me. He said he was just trying to be my friend. I said, oh my gosh, I could have climbed underneath the chair. I was so embarrassed. But I'm a teacher, so I can't exactly go out and fix my double chin. So anyway, all day he was just real upset with me, like I had done it to him instead of him doing it to me. All the other students saw the humor in it but him. I said, you're telling me I'm fat in front of people. I used to teach at a prison, and they would notice every little pound, every little hair out of place, and used to tell me, embarrass me too. One time I was walking across the yard at the prison, and one of them yelled out, 1-800-Jenny-Craig. Oh my gosh. I said, if you're in prison, you might want to get a life. But anyway. Thank you, Sharon. It wasn't cool, Maria. It wasn't cool, was it? Not at all. Not at all. I do live in the South, Heidi. I live in southern Indiana. So it's not really South, but in our world it's kind of South. All right, so I am going to do her little bodice while I'm here. See, I get carried away, and now I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing. Losing track. Let me do her little bodice before I forget. I hate it that I did that with her feet. I'm so sorry. Okay, so just going to put a little, see there's a little V back here, and so it's going to be a little bit darker, like that. Like so, a little darker. I'm going to bring this color in. And I am trying to remember to take off both ends of my markers on some of these because they do leave big globs of ink. And you know they're pressurized, so that's why I do that. All right, so there's her bodice. So let's make sure I didn't miss anything. So I got the fur, I got her bodice. Okay, let's move on to her skin. Let's do her skin next. And I love these girls' skin. I love them having pinky skin. You know, my students say anything to me. It's kind of funny. I'm with my students all day long. They're college students, but they're learning English. So they're with me about 8 hours a day. They're supposed to leave for lunch. And I have an office hour during my lunchtime. And actually, most of my students, they just hang out with me. They don't leave. Which, you know, is good and bad. Sometimes I'd like them to leave a little bit. Give me a break. Oh, I'm trying to stay in frame. I'm sorry. But I have gotten a lot of equipment for my classroom, and there's a nice computer lab. So I try to encourage them, if they're going to stay during lunch, to get on the computers and study and actually let me have a lunch. You know, meet with students and do things. So I know her foot's not quite as pretty as before I tore it and filled it in, but it's not bad. It's okay. So this was E000, and now I'm going to go in with my R11. No, I'm not. Oh, I almost did. E11. Well, the scales tell me one at a time, please, so I beat you. Huh. Kids don't see that. It's so funny. Not for you, I understand. I had a little girl. You know what, Heidi? My students are like 19 and 20. My students are college students, but they're still kids. Actually, last semester, I had a student that was 67 years old. He came from Japan. He wanted to learn English, and he came for one semester as an exchange student, and he's actually going to come back. He enjoyed it so much, which I was really surprised because this is a very, very, very small town. And usually when people come here, they don't like it. They can't wait to leave. And he actually wants to come back for another semester. He took all sorts of books home with him to continue studying English. And he wrote me the most beautiful letter. And the Japanese, like, they really love paper. And when they hand you paper, like if they turn a paper in to me, they do anything, they hold it like this. And they hand it to me. They always hold it like this. And their paper, they make a lot of beautiful paper. He had made the paper that he wrote his letter to me on. It was just beautiful. So that was E11. And now I'm going to take my E01, and I'm going to pull the color through a little bit. Anyway, I think he's going to come back. And he was so fascinating. Apparently he has some kind of fancy car because he took the exchange students out. I'm going to move this so that way I can kind of try to stay in frame because I'm going to be right here. He took the incoming exchange students out, and his car's doors opened like that. So, you know, I guess like a DeLorean. So I don't know what kind of car he had, but they told me it was awful fancy. So I'm just pulling this through. I feel like I'm chatting so much that I'm not really explaining to you what I'm doing. I'm sorry. So I'm just kind of pulling the color through a little bit, and the harsh lines, they kind of go away once you put the blush and you do the hair, and it doesn't look so harsh when you get done. Okay, and I do make my girls a little darker than some people like the faces to be a little bit paler, but I love a tan. You know, I love summer. So now I'm using my E000. And I'm just kind of, so I'm going down the center. Just kind of going in the center of her face and her arm a little bit. And then I am going to use a red on a red here in the center, and so I'm going to use the same red on her lips. But right now I'm going to do her cheeks. And I'm just going to go right in here and just kind of from the side. I usually go up around the hair, but see her hair is coming down her forehead, and she's got this beautiful little wink going on because she's a little, you know, little foxy. That sounds really square, doesn't it? You know, trying to think of a good word to use. So I'm using my E00 and I'm just trying to kind of blend it in just a little bit so that this red is not so harsh. When we do her hair, it really makes it come together a little bit better. See, I'm just kind of going over here, but I don't want her cheeks to go completely away. I just wanted that line to kind of fade away. So I'm going to use R14. They should know better. I know my students should know better, Heidi, but a lot of them, it's their first time being away from home. And some of my students from the Asian countries have had such limited freedom that they're sometimes very, very childlike. It's just kind of, you know, they're all from different places. Sassy. Yes, she's a little sassy. See, this red here, I'll just go ahead and put it up here. I was going to put it right here in the center to kind of tie it together. And then before I had tore this, there was a little red right there that I was going to use it on. So to just kind of tie it all together. There we go. So I'm going to go back over her top lip one more time, like that, like so. Okay, this is the normal combination that I use for skin. Is E11, my E01, and my E000, and then the R20 for the cheeks. This is my normal combination. And when I did like I did another image that I had bought here, see, I used actually R01 to make her a little bit more red. So it just kind of depends the look you're going for. Oh, for some reason my screen kind of went. Oh, did Maria say she has to leave? Shucks, gotta leave soon. Hope you feel better. Thank you, and I miss you so much, Maria. I miss you, and I miss everybody. Please give hugs and kisses, please. All right, so glad she joined us. Now I am going to move on, and I'm going to go ahead and do the bow. Oh, you know, I missed something. I missed the rest of her hat. Let's do her hat. See, it's right here. I missed it. So I'm going to go back in and do her hat. That's what happens when you get to talking. I am a talker. I have to try to control myself in class so my students can concentrate. It's pretty sad that the teacher has to watch talking. So I'm just going to go in and just kind of lightly, because not a lot of space here, but you still want some shading. So I'm just going in, and I'm using the same colors. This is the R14, and I just used the R11, and I'm going to go with the R22. Those are the colors I used, and I'm just going to pull this out just a little bit. Pull it out. Just kind of, if you hold it down lower, makes it a little easier to control it in tight places. And then here we go. I am stopped up. I'm so sorry. You know what? I brought down with me. Let me get it. I'm so sorry. I know I sound horrid. This is going to sound so terrible when I save this video. I did get some menthol drops. Let me put one in, and maybe that'll open me up. I'm so sorry. I do apologize. I did not mean to get sick like this. You know, it just happens. Let me pull this out. I might let this dry a little bit because it's a little bit wet. And I don't want it to bleed. Let's see. I'm just kind of marrying my colors together. I don't know. I think the highlight down here is too much. There we go. I'm a little bit happier with that. Let me make sure I put the right lid on the correct marker because I have a really bad habit of not paying attention. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, let's do her hair. This is not my, I don't know. We'll do her hair. Not always the prettiest part. So I'm going to use E11 and E39. And I'm going to go in with my E11 first. And I'm just going to just kind of doing flicks. I don't know if you can hear it. And I'm just going around. Oh, I got some hearts. Thank you. My goodness. And just down a little bit. I see another piece of her hat that I have forgotten. Okay, so now let's take the E39. Now, often actually, I would do 3 colors, but she really only has a little bit of hair showing. So I thought I would just do 2 colors. So we're going, see, it would be darker here, kind of trying to go around, and then see, just flicking. And I'm sorry if I'm making you dizzy. And again, right here, and again, right here. So she's kind of got an S thing going right here and right here. You know, I love to see what other people are crafting. You're always welcome to put things on my page and show me what you're working on. I loved, was it like little dinner place settings that Heidi did? Is that what you call it when you put the place cards? Place cards. Didn't you do place cards, Heidi? I was pretty sure you did that were really cute for Thanksgiving. Oh, Heidi might have gone. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure she did. And now, see, I think this is her hair right back here. So I'm just going to go in like that. And then go in again. They were cute. I'm sure it was Heidi that did it. I'm sure. Yeah, see, I thought it was Heidi that had done it. And then Stephanie, she won a MyBesties image, right? And the image you entered was so cute with the beard. And your cards are just magnificent. I know I've said that before, but I truly, with all my heart, mean it. They're just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. So I'm going in again, and then I'm going to take my lighter color and do this. There we go. There we go. And a little bit more. And then I see a little bit of her face that I missed. Now, I don't have a lot of highlight in her hair. Just a little bit right over here. So I'm going to go back in because I did miss a little section of her face. Right over here. So just in the back. I don't even think it needs very much. Yeah, there we go. I think that's okay. And again, I apologize about her foot. Okay, so we're going to do her bow. And try to think what I was going to do with her bow. Because I did have an idea in my head. And, oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. It escaped me there for a minute, but I know what it is. I'm going to use this B11, B13, and B23. And again, the B13 is actually a little bit darker than the B23. And see, I actually swatched it out. See, I swatched it out when I was trying to decide what colors I wanted to use. Now, when I sit down and make a card, I'm like not practicing ahead. But for a live, you do practice ahead a little bit. But truly, when I just sit down and make a card for somebody, I just go with whatever's in my head. I don't plan things out that much. I see something in my head, I try to go and create it, and sometimes it's a win, and sometimes it's a fail. Oh, Heidi is there. I loved it. I loved what you did, Heidi. I should do something like that myself. I don't know why I don't do, I don't know why I don't do more with my crafting. The little place cards are a great idea. I'm going to make crackers that you pull for Christmas. I am going to do that. Sit and make those myself. I usually buy them, but I thought, I'm going to make them myself this year. And I think Kevin, he's made them. So Kevin can do it. I can do it. So I'm using my BG11. Stephanie, it is exciting that you won. I just think it's so marvelous. I'd be so proud if it were, like if I won like that, I'd be like thrilled. The challenges are fun, I think. And several companies do them. Now, see, I missed a little spot back here with the bag. So we'll go back in and touch that up. And I'm going to do this a couple of times to try to pull the color through. So I'm using my BG23. I'm just kind of pulling it. I'm going to go back in here just a little bit. I don't want to lay down too much dark because I do want the highlight to show through. So then I'm going to go back in with my lighter color. I'm so sorry that I'm stopped up. I know it sounds awful. And I'm probably breathing really heavy right here in the camera where my mic is, and I'm so sorry. But if I sit back, then I can't reach because I have short arms. I have really, I'm not the tallest person. When I was younger, I had a boyfriend tell me one time, because I'm a little busty and I have tiny feet, that if I gained very much weight, I'd tip over. But if he saw me now, he'd be surprised. Okay, so I was going to do this ribbon in several places. So I'm going to do the one around her foot. And unfortunately, I did rip the paper just a little bit, which is a shame. Because I had a little bit, I was going to put some gold on it. But, yeah. Oh well. Things happen. And truthfully, this is what would happen if you're making a card. You're going to have little issues happen. Don't throw your whole card away. Just try to incorporate it with what you're doing. Now, I want to bring in a little gold stripes, so I don't want to put too much green there. That's what I hate it that I ripped the paper, because you could have seen the stripes a little bit better. But, it happens. Oh, there's a little bit of green right here. See, the ribbon is quite thin right there. Might not have been a ribbon. Might have been a hair, but now it's a ribbon. And then I did forget this one little area of the bag. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to do the package. This parcel right here. I'm going to go in here a little bit. I'm always finding little areas that I miss. When you color not on a live, you do spend a lot more time. I'm doing this rather quickly. I would spend a lot more time with my image, I think, than you do when you do a live. So I do apologize if I'm going a little quick. I got so much to apologize for tonight. Thank you, Stephanie, about the colors. I liked the colors too. Now I'm going to do this ribbon, but I'm going to kind of do it probably last because the color I'm going to use bleeds. I am trying to decide. See back here? It almost looks like fur because it's rough, but that wouldn't make much sense. That would be fur. Do you see back here where I'm talking about? I can't decide what that is. It's not her skin. See, the bag ends. I'm not quite sure. Oh, I see what it is. It's optical illusion. It is her hat. See, it's the back of her hat. It's an optical illusion. There we go. See, it's the back of her hat. There we go. Okay, so let me do the package. I'm a little worried about doing the package because I'm going to use the red, and it does bleed. So it does worry me, but, you know, just putting a little bit of gray. This is C1, and I'm just going to use this E39 right here on his hat. Sorry, excuse me, on his hat. Okay, so the red that I used on her lips is R27. Red bleeds terribly. So I try to be very light-handed here. And I don't know if I'm going to try to be successful with this. What I try to do is not get it all the way up to the edge because it spreads out. We'll see. So has everybody started their Christmas shopping? Because I have not. And I have to work. I'm a little bit out of frame. Sorry. So sorry. I have to work 2 Saturdays in a row. I have to work the 7th and the 14th of December. So that means I have to wait till the 21st, I guess. Yeah, which will be really a terrible time to go shopping for Christmas presents, won't it? But I do SATs one weekend and ACTs one weekend. Because this is red, it's kind of hard to do a lot of shading because it's already pretty dark. But what I'm going to do is let it dry a little bit. Then I'm going to come back in. I said that, but here I am already doing it. See, and I was going to do the corner. Okay. Now, I am going to go in with this B11 with the same combination on the ribbon. And I am actually going to go in with a gold and do the dots. So I'm not going to worry about them, covering them, because I'm going to go in with a gold pen and do my dots. Because I'm going to put some gold. See, I've got some gold here to put on my card. I thought I would do a foo-foo card today. So, like this. So I'm going in with my PG-13, and I'm going to go in here where it's just a little bit. Yeah, make sure I'm still in frame. I have it really close down. I have it low, so it's easy to get out of frame. So anyway, I haven't got my Christmas shopping done. How is everybody else doing with their Christmas shopping? You're working on handmade gifts. That is really wonderful, Heidi. I have children and grandchildren. I have children younger than my grandchildren. I have all different ages. So I might do some homemade gifts too for some of my family. And I always every year think I'll do a box of cards, you know, to give to each of my daughter-in-laws so that they can, you know, like stationery, so that they could, that I create, that they could give out. And I should do that. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? Yes, I have a head cold, and I do apologize. It's terrible timing when you're doing a live, isn't it, to have a terrible head cold? I do apologize. Oh, I haven't done her flower up there yet. Let's do her flower, and then we'll put this on. Okay, so this is a poinsettia, and so I chose to do this one. Let me pull out my colors. A friend of mine thought it was a little dark, but you know, it's what I'm using. R39 and R59. Because of the tone, I was trying to keep it in the same tone. So I just a little bit. It is a darker color, and it will take the focus up. Your eye's going to go up a little bit, and that's why I did the bag a lighter color, because when I was picking all those really pinky bright colors, it was bringing your eye down and you weren't looking at her, and that really isn't what you want either. Okay, so we're going to go in. I'm trying to be careful here. I love poinsettias, actually. I think you got to be careful with them because it's not good with dogs, right? I think it's poisonous to dogs. So you do have to be careful. Thank you, everybody, for all your well wishes about feeling better. Really, I'll be fine. The baby is who I worry about because she's got a terrible head cold too. And when I took her to the doctor, he told me that it was because her neck was so short that I was hearing her breathe so heavily and not to worry so much. But truly, she sounds terrible. She's running a little fever and stuff. So, of course I worried. Okay, I'm just kind of going in and doing a little bit of shading. And I do know this color is a little dark, but it's a color I wanted to use. And now I'm going to do the leaves. And I'm looking for my marker. I know it's right here. Oh, here it is. So I used BG09. And I'm not shading those because it's too small. So BG09. All right. So we'll use our gold pen now. Let me move these out of the way. I also had, but I don't really see any place to use it. I have this kind of pinky one, and I have a, kind of a turquoisey one that I thought I might use. And let me move these out of the way. And of course, in the few moments when I've been talking, oh, here it is. Let's say I have misplaced my gold one, but there it is. There we go. So, like so. Now, I did, like I said, I tore the paper right there a little bit. But really, if someone didn't know, I don't know that they could tell. So I'm not going to worry about it. I am going to go back in here just a little bit. If I were coloring this, I'd take a little bit more time. If I were coloring this and I wasn't doing a live, I would take a little bit more time. So I'm just going back in a little bit. See, just a little bit. She needs a little bit more definition, I think. Yeah, just a little bit over there. Just a tiny bit. I feel like just a little bit. Oh, I'm never completely done with my cards. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I was going to do this Wink of Stella. It's been a while since I've used it, so I better, yeah. Oh my goodness, do you hear our well? It's making a clunking sound. Okay, so I was just going to try to do a little bit there. Yeah. There were more stripes until I tore it. There we go. Just a little bit. Okay, and then I was going to take this one, and I was just going to go over the bow just a little bit, just to give it some sparkle. Of course, on the camera, I don't know that you can see it or not, but who doesn't like a little sparkle, right? Just a little bit. Just kind of adds a little interest, I think. Oh, I know where I was. Okay, a little bit up here. A little bit there. Okay, and then I was going to do my dots. See? Because we have some gold to put on our card. So I'm just going to go in just a little bit. I have to go into the city when I go shopping because this is a rural area, which I enjoy doing because then I can go to a Tuesday morning. So my cat was either just watching Jeopardy or trying to figure out how to catch a fly. I know it is ridiculous, Dawn, that he says her neck is too short, and that is why she makes noise. I think it's ridiculous too, but it is what he says. It's hilarious that he says that. But if my husband takes the baby in, he really, he does anything for my husband. That's what I even said to my husband today. I wish you could take her in, because if I take her in, the doctor doesn't take me seriously. It's ridiculous. All right, so I am going to trim my card like so. I'm worried about the sparkly stuff. I don't really want it to smear. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. I don't want to cut anything off. There we go. I kind of feel like I need a new blade. Come over here, like so. In reality, this is my 5th child to raise. So the doctor should not blow me off the way he blows me off. Really. It's not like I'm a brand new mom who doesn't know what she's doing. But that's what he makes me feel like when I go in there. Okay. There we go. And the paper is a little rough where it tore. But there she is. Okay. So let's put our card together. And I already made my card base. Let me raise this up just a little bit, so that way you can see. There we go. I already made my card base, and I put my paper here. And this is it's pink paper with ornaments on it. The colors are a little non-traditional, but I thought they were kind of cute. And I've already made panels because I didn't want to keep you forever. So I have this pink paper with stars and another pink pattern paper. And then I have a doily, and I have some gold. And I have a sentiment right here. Dear Santa, define good. And I used cream for my backing on this. And I had a reason. Oh, I did it because the stars, see, have cream in it. And I was trying to match my mat to my stars. All right, so let's assemble this. And I was going to put the gold here. I had some lace that I liked, but I thought the gold would look nice because we have some gold on the card. But I actually had some pretty lace also. So let's put this down, and I use art glitter glue for everything. And you can only get this certain times of the year. They won't ship in the cold, and so I probably ought to be ordering it because I won't be able to get it soon. And I don't want to run out for sure. My glue is stopped up just like me. I just do little dots. See? I love this art glitter glue. It's truly not that expensive. And you can get it in different places. I order from one particular, I'm very loyal. So the place I order from is where I very first heard about it from, and I've always ordered it from them. And I will probably always order it from them. Okay, so let me put this down. And it will stick. When it dries, it will stick. I use this on flowers. I use this on everything. And so I say that and it's bouncing up. But normally what I do is I put a book on top of it and let it dry. But, for a live, can't do that. It's okay. It will stick. So next I was going to, should I come up a little bit more and out or this way? Yeah, there we go. So you can see. So next I do have, I was going to use a doily. So I don't know, I was going to put that down and then put the paper like this perhaps. I don't have this well planned out, I know. Oh, and I need to put a map on that. Yeah, so that's how I was going to do it. Do you think that's okay? What do you guys think? Let me mat this in a paper. See, I had thought about using this paper here, but it's also pink. See, it's got black and cream, but I had a discussion, and so I agreed with them that it was too stark. The black on it was too stark, but it's awful pretty paper. I'll put on my blog about the paper because tonight my focus is MyBesties. All right, so let me just. You use glitter glue as well, Heidi? I love it. It's not expensive. I actually have a big container. Well, I did. Let me show you how it comes. It actually comes, see, in a great big container like this. See, I don't have very much, and I had bought this just to try it. And I've kept it. This thing is probably 10 years old. I kept this little bottle. I just take the big bottle and I pour it in the little bottle because this is easier to hold. But it comes like this. And I just love this stuff. And it's not that expensive. I used to use Tombow. I used to use this stuff. But once I used the art glitter glue, that was it. I keep my Tombow because I use it to refresh my scan and cut mat. When I clean it, then I take my finger and I dab that glue, and I let it kind of dry on my scan and cut mat so that it sticks again, because my mat is many years old. All right, so I matted this. So what did you guys think? Do you think this is okay or not? Try placing the doily between the two panels. Okay, so see, I love this stars. I don't know if I should put that one. Well, I guess not. Okay, so I put this. So put it like that, and then put this. Then you can see it a little bit more, I guess. Put it like that. You just see kind of a hint of it. But see, then it covers up the pretty star paper. I love that star paper. And I want this ornament to show. So like that, maybe. And then see, I could kind of cover up her feet where it messed up. So how about, okay, what if we pull it up like that, and then that way you can kind of see the doily. How about like that? Sorry, I'm laughing. I can hear something one of my kids said. Like that? Okay, let's go for that. That's what we'll go for. Okay. And the gold will stick down. I used an 8-ounce bottle on recipe books I was making with my mother-in-law. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, this is a 2-ounce bottle here. I guess that big one must be the 8-ounce. I also bought one time, and I bought it because it was for a fundraiser. But see, it came in a gold, and it's in that same little tube. I bought that because they were raising money for one of their employees that had, I think they were having surgery. Okay, so I'm going to pop her up. So I think the back panel I won't pop up. I'll just lay it down flat. I have a hodgepodge. So I keep my adhesive all in this plastic bag. I just kind of have a hodgepodge going on. And kind of running out. I'm going to have to buy some more soon. But I try to keep my craft room. I have a very small craft room. Try to keep it organized. I think did you guys just hear the water up above? I think my husband's doing dishes. I told him to wait, but he didn't listen, I guess. I try to keep my craft room organized because it's teeny tiny. And that way I can find things. I try to have a system. Oh, you bought the same one as me, Heidi? Did you have leftover piece of star paper? I do have a little leftover piece of star paper, a little one here, right here. What did you think I should do with that, Cynthia? I love that star paper. It's my favorite. It's so pretty. I actually like this paper very much. It's all from the same little pack. I just love it. You know, I think paper's our thing. Here, let me bring her back over here so everybody can see her as I do this. I remember, it's a MyBesties image from Sherri Baldy, who is just like, I say this every single time, she is just like prolific. I have never seen anybody have as many images as she has. It's amazing. Oh my gosh. I wish I had that talent. So I do have Cynthia. Let's see, Cynthia wants to get some rest afterwards. You can make another card with the other. Oh, yes. Actually, I can print up as much as I want of this, Cynthia, because this is a digital paper. So I could print up. You know, I started with buying the digital images, and I love them. And I was really hesitant to ever print digital paper, but I printed a Sherri Baldy digital paper when I did the Thanksgiving card. Well, autumn blessing card, not really Thanksgiving. This was digital paper from Sherri Baldy, and once I printed that, I thought, wow, it came out so pretty. Well, now I think, wow, I love digital paper. It's amazing. Why didn't I use it before? You know, it's almost life-changing how little space digital images and paper take up. Okay, so we got to make sure this is high enough. So like that, like so. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm not going to put glue everywhere. I'm just going to do a little bit. You know what tonight is? Oh my gosh, This Is Us. It's the mid-season finale tonight. Last week I sat and cried while I watched it. And I said to my husband, oh my gosh, I love this show. And he said, I can tell. But truly, I love the show. So I'll do like that. I told Gail, it touches all the hurt places in my heart. Like it brings it all out to the surface. I don't know if you guys watch the show or not. That's fantastic. I can't hear background noises. Oh, you can't? Oh, that is so good. I love these besties too. I've loved them for years. I am like over the moon to be on the DT team. I truly am. Because I have loved these images for years. So I am over the moon. Okay, now I am going to pop her up. So I've got to find my adhesive that pops up a little bit. So there we go. And I got this adhesive. Actually, I got this at the Dollar Tree. I save my little pieces. Oh, your daughter loves the show? Oh, I do too. Oh my God, I just love it. Well, you know, my dad was in Vietnam, and I don't know, those scenes. I don't know. And my dad died when I was rather young, and I don't know, I just can relate to so much on that show. And then, you know, I don't want to divulge a lot of family, but after my dad's death, I had a brother. I have a brother that really has not spoken much to us, you know, because family hurts and things. And so that's how that show is. This Is Us. It's a very similar storyline. So the show just brings out like all the little hurts. Maybe it's good. Don't waste anything either. Yeah, I don't waste anything, Stephanie. You should see. I have a filing system for all my scraps of paper, and I save them. And I My gosh, I use them like crazy. Okay, so we're popping her up. I don't know, like, because I really wanted my bauble. I'll bring it down so you guys can see. I want my bauble to show. All right. And so, see, that'll kind of cover up the foot that got tore off. And this, you know, she's pretty popped up. So I'm going to do that. And then I had one more thing I was going to ask your advice whether I should add it or not. So we'll add this here. It's a Dear Santa Define Good, which I think I used on another card that I did recently. So I'm going to put this. Oh, I'm pretty sure I did. I think I used it last week. So I'm going to put this on the back. I should have, because one side needs to be popped up where the other side doesn't. Yep. There we go. See, bend that just a little bit. Okay, so I was going to ask your opinion. Everybody can see the card. Should I add, or is it enough? Here it is. So see, it's got the bauble, it's got the doily, it's got the Dear Santa. Should I add white poinsettias or leave it alone? So what do you think? Sometimes it's just a reminder, no matter what storms we go through, there are others going through similar. Yes, that show, it just parallels so many lives. My good friend, she won't mind me saying this, she gave up her daughter for adoption. She was quite young when she had her daughter, and she did a search and found her daughter. Actually, her daughter found her. It's the most remarkable story. Found her, and so we both started watching this show together, and she didn't actually like the storyline of the adoption in This Is Us. She didn't. She had some objections to it because she felt very pressured when she gave up her child for adoption because she was a child herself. But her daughter was working on an adoption bill here in Indiana, and she was doing the like the news releases and everything. And so they really came together just by circumstance. I mean, it was just, it would bring tears if you knew the whole story. So anyway, so add one. Let's see what it would look like. I mean, like add one like up here. See, I'll pull them off. They're not very sticky. But see, I've always heard 3, and they're pretty big. So I don't know. Should I put, see, if I have 2, then I'm not following that rule of 3. We do it like that. Or I could go ahead and cover up my little bauble. I don't know. What do you think? Up top. So put just, see, I think 1 looks funny. So put, I don't know. See, then I'm covering up my bauble. Okay, so Stephanie, right here. And like 1, 2 here. Like that. Then it kind of looks like a line. That doesn't look very good either. So up top, we're at up top right here. I know I've got like this 5-second delay. So what do you think? I won't glue them down. I'll wait and see what people say. So like that? Like so? Or I can't see. It's blurry. I think it's because I'm moving. Let me see. It's really weird because I'm looking on 2 different devices and it's not blurry. I don't know. Huh. Let me lay it down and quit moving because I think when you shake, it makes it blurry. So yes, like that. Okay. Now it was suggested to me to to color them red, but I don't know. I don't know if see, they're glittery. I don't know if they would take the red. Okay, so I'm going to glue them on. So I'm going to put 1 here. Can hardly see our gold now. But that's okay. We see it down here on the bottom. Maybe I shouldn't have put it quite so the card's so low. There we go. There we go. I almost feel like they need some gold on them. Oh, you said one. Oh, well, I put all three. I added all three, you know, foo-foo-y. There we go. So here is my card, but I don't want to take it away from the focus of the pretty My Bestie image because she is just gorgeous. See, it's from My Bestie shop. And here actually is one that I had bought. And see, I love her too. I haven't made a card. This is just where I was trying to figure out my color scheme. See, and I just think she's so cute. And see, it's the same color scheme. So cute. So there we go. There's my card. And if you haven't liked my page, please, 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 please like my page. I'm trying to grow my numbers. When I reach 250, I am giving away a new stamp set. And when I reach 500, I have an even better gift that I'm giving away. Brand new, better gift. I know people will love it because it's what we do. It's all about coloring. So I'm trying to get there. All right. Thank you. Yeah, maybe one would have been enough. But anyway, you know, it's Christmas. Let's have a little fun. And she's a little foo-foo-y. But I love that. All right. Thank you for joining me. I had so much fun. And I hope everybody has a wonderful time. Christmas shopping, wonderful time. If I don't see everybody, talk to everybody before Thanksgiving, which I think I will because I'm doing a live again on Friday. And Dawn has her live tomorrow night. Don't forget, Dawn's is tomorrow night. We switched nights. So hers is tomorrow night, I think at 7. And Gail's is on Sunday. See, here's Elaine. She does videos. And Gail is moving. Sharon does them, you know, just kind of like at a moment's notice. So please follow along. We'd all love it. And I will talk to you later. Have a good evening.